And we're back. Adventure Blur here. I'll be honest, I am a huge Sonic Adventure fan. The fast-paced action, the characters, the story, it was all great. I mean, sure, Tails' missions in Adventure 2 were okay, and the Knuckles stages need work. And let's just not get started on big. But even with those flaws, they're still amazing games. Ones that nowadays people still talk about. From wanting a sequel, to raising the Chow, to even the characters. But out of all of it, there was one thing that always sticked out to me. That being Chaos. Chaos is definitely different for a Sonic villain. Unlike most villains in the Sonic series that are either one and done or turn to heroes themselves, Chaos is something different. He somewhat became the Mewtwo of Sonic, making small but major appearances throughout all of the series. And I want to go through some of Chaos' past, present, and my guess as to what to expect from him in the near future. Let's get started. As you likely already know, Chaos made his first appearance in Sonic Adventure. But what most might not know is that he was hinted at years before in the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 Japanese manual. In it, it says that when Knuckles found the Death Egg wreckage all around the Chaos Emeralds and the Master Emerald, he believed to release a dragon from the legends. And now we all know that they were just hinting at Chaos. And while we're on the subject of legends, Chaos himself may be a reference to Greek mythology. In Greek mythology, Chaos was the name of the very first deity to come alive. Known for being formless, this Chaos sounds very similar to the Chaos we know from Sonic Adventure, especially if we take into consideration that according to Hedgehog, a Greek poet, Chaos was at first a dark void that the earth deity Gaia came from, and there's a Gaia in Sonic Unleashed. I think I can keep going with the different mythologies used in Sonic, but I'll just save that for another video. Another thing about Chaos' origins is what is found inside and outside of the game. In Sonic Adventure, we learn from Tikal's visions that Chaos was the protector of not only the Chaos and Master Emeralds, but the Chow as well. As time went on, the visions showed that Tikal's father, the leader of her tribe, wanted the Chaos Emeralds to defend against and eventually attack the enemies of his people. But Tikal, who befriended Chaos as well as the Chow, blocked the path to the Emeralds. She begged him and his men to stand down, but Tikal's father had enough and attacked, nearly killing her and the Chow. He and his men raced to the Emeralds to seize them, only someone blocked the path. Chaos. Chaos, seeing Tikal and all the Chow at the edge of the temple, nearly dead, went on a rampage, using the Chaos Emeralds and destroying not only Tikal's father and his army, but nearly the world. Tikal rushed to the top of the temple and pleaded with the Master Emerald to stop Chaos. Chaos was stopped, but Tikal along with it. And the Master Emerald sealed both Chaos and Tikal inside of it. Pretty much just pulling a Zelda and stealing Ganon inside the Master Sword. Hundreds of years passed until Eggman, or Robotnik to those hardcore fans, found artifacts that told the story of Chaos and how to reawaken him. Believing that he could control Chaos and take over the world using him, he went to Angel Island and destroyed the Master Emerald, releasing Chaos and leading to the events of Sonic Adventure. In Sonic Adventure, we are introduced to not only Chaos, but to Chaos' many unique forms. 8 to be exact. Though in the game, we only see 6 of them. Chaos becomes a new form every time he's given a Chaos Emerald, which, in this game, happens a lot. Chaos' first form, Chaos Zero, is his natural state, and the first one we see in the story mode. This form is probably the most iconic for Chaos, and this is the one we see the most in not only this game, but later games as well. Chaos Zero is also the first boss in Sonic Adventure, and sets the tone of the game very quickly. Though Chaos Zero doesn't last long in this game, only appearing at the very beginning of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles story modes and the last story, his presence still made it clear that this was an enemy Sonic has never even come close to fighting before. It isn't long into the story that we see Chaos 1. After a short fight with Dr. Eggman in the Sonic and Tails stories, Eggman steals the Chaos Emerald that Tails has and feeds it to Chaos, resulting in the first mutation. We later see Chaos 1 one more time in the Knuckles story, where Knuckles goes into a hotel room and finds Chaos and Eggman, right before Eggman gives Chaos another Chaos Emerald. Chaos 1 is similar in looks to Chaos Zero, but it is larger and has a bone-like material on his right arm, which contains a Chaos Emerald. And a random fact about Chaos 1 is that it's the only form of Chaos that we see in-game, but we never fight. After Eggman feeds Chaos 1 a Chaos Emerald, Eggman immediately sends Chaos 2 at Knuckles, who in turn rushes in and fights Chaos 2. This is actually the only time in Sonic Adventure that Sonic doesn't fight Chaos in any of the stories. Chaos 2 is once again very similar to Chaos 0 and 1, but you can tell the Chaos is beginning to slowly change into a more dragon-like form that we see in the end. His arms are longer, and now the spikes that come out of his head are more straightened. It isn't just appearance that Chaos has changed either. He can now nearly flood the room with his new abilities. And though the boss fight is nearly identical to the original boss fight for Chaos 0, Chaos still has some new moves that show off his changes and his new power. Eventually, Knuckles beats Chaos 2, afterwards going straight after Eggman. Eggman then takes his chance and tricks Knuckles into believing that Sonic is after the Master Emerald pieces, which makes Knuckles immediately go after Sonic and fight him. After a short and very intense fight, Sonic and Knuckles run at each other and crash, causing Sonic to drop the 2 Chaos Emeralds that he and Tails found. Eggman immediately rushes in and takes the emeralds from Sonic and feeds them both to Chaos 2, transforming him into Chaos 4. Because of this, we don't know anything about Chaos 3. I kind of wish we did know at least something about Chaos 3 though, because compared to Chaos 1 and 2, Chaos 4 is a major change. Chaos becomes more fish-like, but still maintains a few characteristics from Chaos 2. The bones that store the Chaos Emeralds are now in both his arms and the fin, and his head still somewhat resembles Chaos 2. And, as seen in the boss fight, Chaos now has complete control of the water. After a short fight, the trio managed to beat Chaos, but before they could take back the Chaos Emeralds, Dr. Eggman calls in one of his greatest creations yet, the Egg Carrier. Eggman takes Chaos and heads into the Egg Carrier. Tails and Sonic rush into Tails' plane, the Tornado, and chase after him while Knuckles stays behind to search for the rest of the Master Emerald. Unfortunately, Sonic and Tails fail to get onto the Egg Carrier, but after a few adventures, including Sonic watching Amy get kidnapped by Zero, one of Eggman's more powerful robots, and Tails building the Tornado 2, Sonic and Tails, as well as Amy, Big, Knuckles, and Gamma, make it to the Egg Carrier. Eventually, Sonic confronts Eggman, who sends out Gamma to fight him. Sonic and Gamma fight each other until Amy appears and intervenes, stopping Sonic from destroying Gamma and explaining to Sonic that earlier, in Amy and Gamma's story, that Gamma released Amy and her bird, who just happened to have a Chaos Emerald, from their cell aboard the Egg Carrier. Sonic then decides to let Amy have her way and spares Gamma, instead going after Eggman and Chaos. By the time Sonic catches up with Eggman, Chaos is already there. Eggman then feeds Chaos 4 the other 2 emeralds he stole, transforming Chaos into Chaos 6. Of all the Chaos changes though, this is by far the most drastic. Instead of keeping with its shark-like form as we saw for Chaos 4, Chaos 6 is more frog-like, which isn't surprising, seeing as one of the Chaos Emeralds came from a frog, called Froggy. For those who don't know, Froggy is Big the Cat's best friend, who, in Big's story, swallowed not only a Chaos Emerald, but part of Chaos as well. Not long after this happens, Gamma finds Froggy and gives him to Eggman, who then feeds the Chaos Emerald and part of Chaos that Froggy had to Chaos 4, which gave Chaos 6 a tail. Because of this, it might be possible that Chaos 1 through 3 were all meant to have a tail the whole time, and only didn't because of Froggy. Anyways, Chaos 6 is, like every previous iteration of Chaos, incredibly powerful, and the only way to even damage Chaos 6 is to either throw or have it swallow the small satellites that are all around the area, which frees Chaos 6 and allows Sonic to damage him. Though this isn't easy, as Chaos 6 has many new abilities, including sending small spikes all around the area and even swallowing Sonic. Sonic does manage to beat Chaos 6, with Knuckles finally showing up to help. Seeing this, Eggman panics and makes a run for it. Sonic then chases after him and leaves Knuckles to fight Chaos 6. Knuckles beats Chaos 6, takes all the Chaos Emeralds that Chaos had, and flies out of the crashing egg carrier to return to Angel Island and finally fix the Master Emerald. Thank you guys for watching part 1 on this overview of Chaos. It was great to work on this and even better to finally let you guys see it and learn more about the real protector of the Master Emerald. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out my last video on Splatoon, where I go through the sunken scrolls and find some pretty strange stuff. Or maybe you're watching this video in the near future and part 2 of the overview of Chaos is already out. If so, check it out here. And if you just want to be the first to find out and watch a new video, subscribe. This is Adventure Blur, and I'll see you next time.